There's a reason this breakfast staple has been so popular for so long. But let's be honest, pancakes made with store-bought pancake mix can't compare to fluffy pancakes made from scratch. But it will take too long, right? Contrary to popular belief, making homemade pancakes is incredibly simple. Don't let the ingredients list scare you. All you need to make pancakes from scratch is a handful of common ingredients and about 10 minutes. And for the basic ingredients, you need your non-cooking spray or butter, your buttermilk, your eggs, your pure vanilla extract, melted unsalted butter or vegetable oil, all-purpose flour, spooned and leveled, granulated sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and your salt. With the basic nailed down, there are countless ways you get active with pancakes. You can add fruits like bananas, blueberries, or fresh peaches, or satisfy your sweet tooth by adding Nutella, chocolate chips, or sprinkles. If you prefer a more traditional pancake, you can't go wrong with a slab of unsalted butter, a generous drizzle of authentic maple syrup, and a pinch of flaky sea salt. If you are the adventurous type, try one or more of your favorite pancake recipes. And today we're going to be sharing so many recipes for you, some sweet, some savory, that use an oven, vegetables, or exotic spices to take pancakes beyond the basics. And there are so many recipes out there. Rather than using the normal common way of making your pancakes, there's something about cooking that is so fun. That is the ability to be able to be very creative. Pick your ingredient, extract the one that you're not okay with, and then you make your own recipe. Hello and welcome to another episode here on Lunch Global. I am Chunk Anamel Joseph, and today we're going to be looking at different recipes when it comes to pancake. It's Christmas season, is a festive period, and we want to get to do so many different different recipes, different dishes, different snacks, and all of that. And today you might want to see something that suits you, or you might want to like, and you might want to try it this Christmas season. So stay tuned. We will return shortly after the break. Welcome back from the short break, and I am Chunk Anamel Joseph, and today we're going to be looking at sheet pan buttermilk pancakes, which is going to be one of the recipes I will be sharing with you. Sheet pan dinners make life so much easier, but there's no reason a sheet pan can't make breakfast and brunch easier too. This recipe is ideal for feeding a crowd, and the best part is that you can add different toppings on the same sheet to offer a variety of flavored pancakes to your guests. Pancakes are a brunch favorite, but making them for a crowd is no easy feat. Even with a large skillet or griddle, it's almost impossible to serve everyone a warm short steak at once. Our solution is this easy sheet pan pancakes. To achieve pancakes' signature golden brown color, we brushed with melted buttermilk, butter after baking, and pop it under the broiler for a finished touch. Keep it classic with the basic recipe. Try one of this mix in ideas or invent your own variation. And this particular recipe, just as I said earlier, you can put different, it comes in a sheet, and what you can do is you can decide to have varieties of your toppings. One can have strawberry, one can have bananas, one can have blueberries, one can have blackberries. It depends on the varieties you want. One can have apples, one can have pineapples, just different varieties, different flavors, different toppings. And for the ingredients, you need the non-stick cooking spray, your buttermilk, eggs, pure vanilla extract, melted and salted butter, all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and your kosher salts. And for the direction in making this particular recipe, you have to preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, line an 11 by 7 inch rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper. Coat the parchment paper and sides of the pans with non-stick cooking spray and then set aside. You whisk your buttermilk, your eggs, your vanilla, and tablespoon melted or 2 tablespoons melted butter, depending on the quantity you're making, in a medium bowl until combined. In a separate large bowl, whisk the flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Add the milk, like the milk and egg mixture, and stir until well combined, and you make sure you do not over mix. You scrub batter into the prepared baking sheet, smoothing into an even layer with a spatula. Then you bake until the pancake is lightly golden and springs back in the center with pork. When porked, 11 to 13 minutes. Remove from the oven and heat the broiler to high heat. Then brush the remaining melted butter on the pancake. Broil until golden brown, 1 to 2 minutes, rotating halfway. Cut into 12 slices and serve them warm. And you can start to cut into 8 slices, into 5 slices, into 10 slices, depending on the number of guests you are serving or how many people you want to serve, probably on the numbers of people you have in your family, or on the how you want to eat it if you're alone. If you just want to have like 8 slices, you can just enjoy it just the way it is. And you know, pancakes, when they are warm, you enjoy it even much more better. But one thing about pancakes at the same time is even when they are cold, you can still enjoy them, because you know, I call them snack, but then they are also very good for your brunch, very interesting for your breakfast, and for your Christmas party. This can also be one of the snacks you will use to entertain your guests. Next is sweet potato buttermilk pancakes. Yes, sweet potato. Now, for the idea that this is going to be like a sweet potato, we know that it's going to be automatically a sweet pancake. Now, welcome the fall season with a stock of warm, comforting sweet potato pancakes. This combination of cinnamon, nutmeg, and mashed potato creates a delectable batter that even kids would love. And you know, one thing I love is the fact that you make the food so easy, even for the younger ones to want to not be too picky. So and on this, you know, you can decide to use a sneak of different vegetables, and then you make it even much more better. This better for your buttermilk pancakes, and irresistibly fluffy and tender, and just so happen to be made with a favorite vegetable, with a fall favorite vegetable. Cooked and mashed sweet potato is whisked into a cinnamon and nutmeg spiced batter for a very autumn take on buttermilk pancakes. And you're not just drizzling maple syrup on top of a steak. The batter itself is sweetened with syrup for more of this warming caramel and vanilla notes throughout. Make sure to shop for real maple syrup for maximum deliciousness. And for the pro tip, while cooking the sweet potato pancake, be patient and let the undersides turn a deep golden brown before flipping. And for the ingredients, you need your sweet potatoes, you need it has to be cooked, of course, and mashed. Then you need your eggs, your buttermilk, your pure maple syrup, plus more for serving, all-purpose flour, baking powder, kosher salt, baking soda, your ground cinnamon, your ground nutmeg, your unsalted butter, your canola oil for cooking, then your toasted pecans chopped for serving as well. Then, and for the direction now, you also have to preheat your oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Set a wire rack into a rimmed baking sheet. Prick potato all over with a fork. Place in a microwave safe bowl with 1 teaspoon water and cover, or if you're using your gas to cook it, it depends on the one you're using. Then you can microwave on high until tender when pierced with a fork. That's about 5 to 7 minutes, and let it cool. Discard water, split potato and scoop flesh into bowl, or peel the back out before you can put it in a bowl. Then you discard the skin, then you mash it, and then keep it ready for the process. You beat your eggs and buttermilk in a large bowl. Add potato and syrup, whisk until well combined. Whisk flour, baking powder, salt, baking soda, cinnamon and nutmeg in a medium bowl. Add to buttermilk mixture. Gently stir until few dry spots remain. Add melted butter and stir gently until just combine, and make sure you do not mix. And then when there are lumps there, it is still okay, because sometimes it turns out that way. Heat a large non-stick skillet or griddle over medium-high. Brush with oil. Reduce heat to medium. Then you now cook in batches. You can add like a quarter cupful of butter to skillet. Flatten top slightly. Then you cook until bubbles rise to surface and on the side is golden brown in about 2 to 4 minutes. Flip and cook until puffed and golden brown on other side as well. The same 2 to 4 minutes. Then you can transfer it to wire rake, keep warm in oven, repeat with oil and remaining butter, and at this time you can serve with your pecans and your syrup. And trust me, it's going to be something you can really enjoy, because it's not really common that people make pancakes with sweet potatoes. You know, when we're so used to just making one recipe, it just cuts the whole idea of you having to be very creative when it comes to making your dishes. So this recipe of the pancake with the sweet potato buttermilk, trust me, is something you wouldn't want to miss out. You can try it, and when you try it, you're going to thank me for that. Next is carrot cake pancakes. We use carrot to make lots of things, cakes, our muffins, and today we are focusing on it to make our pancakes. Now, who said you can't have cake for breakfast, or carrot for that matter? These carrot cake pancakes are a delicious way to start your day. Go ahead, have your carrot cake and eat it for breakfast too. Pancakes are better when they are carrot cake pancakes. And for the ingredients, you need your flour, your baking powder, your baking soda, your ground cinnamon, ground allspice, your ground nutmeg, salt, buttermilk, eggs, a vanilla extract, your brown sugar or a light brown sugar, then your fine grated carrot, your chopped walnut, shredded coconut, raisins, butter, and then you can keep more for your butter, more the melted one for your skillet, so you know you use it in baking. And for the direction, you have to combine the flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon allspice, nutmeg and salt in a large bowl. Whisk together the buttermilk, eggs, vanilla and brown sugar in another small bowl. Pour the wet ingredient into the dry ingredient and stir until just incorporated. Mix the carrot, walnut, coconut and raisins. Then you add your butter and stir just until combined, and you should make sure you do not overmix. Melt a smear of butter in a large non-stick skillet over medium heat. When the skillet is hot, ladle in half cup butter, quarter cup butter, whistle till it forms a 6-inch diameter circle. Then cook about 2 minutes until small bubbles appear on the surface and the bottom is golden brown. Then flip. Cook 2 minutes more. Repeat with remaining butter. Served with cream cheese syrup. Now, there are different syrups out there, so you can go with the cream, with the cheesy syrup, and then just the way you want it. But then you can also go in with the sweet syrup. It depends on which one you want. And next is puffed pear pancake. Different recipes, different ingredients, you know, different styles, different flavor, and you just have varieties. You don't, I would still make emphasis, do not just count on just one recipe all the time. Now, for instance, if you love pasta so much and today you're just making this pasta, tomorrow you're eating the same pasta, you will get tired of it. And I think that's the reason why at some point I'm like, I don't even like pasta anymore, because while growing up, it's like we just have this one style of making pasta all the time, but then later on I had to just realize that, okay, I can decide to make my pasta just the way I want it, different ways of making it, with different ingredients, with different spices, and it gives it entirely a different vibe, different flavor, and you just enjoy it as though you didn't even eat pasta yesterday. So moving on is a puffed pear pancake. Now when you're hosting brunch, so for the ingredients, you need your eggs, your milk, your all-purpose flour, your vanilla extract, and of course, or your almond. Then you need your salt, your ripe pear. You have to slice it tinely. Then you need your sugar, you need your ground cinnamon, and you need your butter. For the direction, you preheat oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Place a 12-inch cast iron skillet or other oven-safe skillet in the oven to warm it. In a medium bowl, whisk together the eggs, milk, flour, the extract, and salt until smooth. In a separate bowl, toast the pear with the sugar and cinnamon. Carefully remove the preheat skillet out from the oven and add the butter, swirling until it is melted. Arrange the pears in a single layer in the skillet and pour in the batter. Return the skillet to the oven and bake 25 minutes or until puffed and golden, served with maple syrup. And next is gingerbread pancakes with pears and yogurt. Yes, we just spoke about the pear, and now it's the combination of your pear and yogurt. So if you love gingerbread cookies around the holidays, you're going to go wild for this sweet and spiced pancakes. It's combination of rich ginger and cinnamon with mildly sweet pears and creamy vanilla yogurt is so good. You will feel like you're out to a fancy brunch, and the feeling is always interesting. And for the ingredient, you need your pancake mix, your ginger, your cinnamon, your salt, your eggs, your whole milk, your molasses, vegetable oil, your ripe pear, peeled cord, and then it has to be like very, very ripe. Then you also need your brown sugar, light brown sugar, and of course your vanilla yogurt. For the direction, you need to combine the pancake mix, ginger, cinnamon, and salt in a large bowl. In another bowl, whisk together the egg, milk, molasses, and oil. Stir the wet ingredients into the dry and whisk just to combine. Let the batter rest according to the pancake mix label direction, or for 5 minutes if you make your own mix. While waiting, gently toast the pears in a bowl with the brown sugar and set aside. Place a non-stick griddle or skillet coated with oil or butter or cooking spray over medium-high heat. Then you can spoon or pour about quarter cup of batter for each pancake onto the griddle. Now turn when the bubbles rise to the surface and the edges looked cooked. Repeat with the remaining batter. Now you can serve the pancakes with the sliced pears and a dollop of the vanilla yogurt. This recipe makes 8 to 10 pancakes. Now it depends. I always say it depends on how you want it, but in this recipe, when you're making it, it can serve 8 to 10 people. But then if you can eat more than just a slice, then maybe I'll say maybe 3 to 4 people, yeah. So but then in this particular recipe, most of the time you can tend to have like 8 to 10 pancakes. And then last on my list for today is corn licked and bacon pancakes. And if you're a fan of breakfast for dinner, this pancake recipe is for you. You can straddle the cashews between the first and the last meal of the day. This savory meat and vegetable packed pancake, swap maple syrup with a dollop of sour cream. If you prefer a savory breakfast to a sweet one, or you are cooking up breakfast for dinner, this savory pancake are a must. After sauteing bacon until it's crispy, serve the dripping to the infused leek with smoky sweet flavor as they cook. Then put in a twist on the traditional buttermilk based pancake batter by adding cornmeal and sweet corn for extra texture. The batter cook into savory, fluffy lapjacks, begging for a dollop of sour cream and a generous sprinkle of cheese. These pancakes have a southern whole cake vibe with a unique richness. And for the ingredients, you need your bacon, you need your leek, your all-purpose flour, your yellow cornmeal, baking powder, baking soda, your kosher salt, your buttermilk, your eggs lightly beaten, your maple syrup, and more for serving. Then you can get your frozen corn kernel dough, your unsalted butter, then your finely chopped fresh cheese and sour cream for serving. And then for the direction, you preheat oven to 200° Fahrenheit. Heat a large cast iron skillet over medium. You can add your bacon, cooked until crisp 15 to 20 minutes. Transfer to a paper towel line plates, reserving 2 tablespoons dripping in skillet. You can add your leek at this point. Then you cook until softened about 5 minutes. You whisk the flour, cornmeal, baking powder, baking soda, and salt in a bowl. Stir in buttermilk, eggs, and syrup until just combined. Fold in bacon, leek, and corn. Wipe skillet, then melt 1 tablespoon butter over medium. Drop about a quarter cup full into skillet. Cook until bubbles burst on surface of the pancake. Then about 4 to 5 minutes. You flip. Cook reducing heat as needed until set center 2 to 3 minutes. Then you transfer the wire rack set in a baking sheet and keep warm in oven. You repeat the process. Repeat the process with the remaining butter and then adding butter as needed. Serve with chips, syrup, and sour cream. And these are different, different varieties of pancakes, different recipes, different ingredients. And then you just have to come out from the, I'll just say the traditional way of making pancake, and you now try and make your pancake very unique. You can impress someone, you can impress your friends, you can impress your husband or your wife or any other person around you this festive season. Thank you for your time with me here on Lunch Global. I am still Chunk and Amel Joseph. I hope you've learned something today and you won't continue making the regular way you make your pancake anymore, because times are changing and you need to do things differently.